Hi, it's Shell. Using a filter. Oh my gosh, these things are so fun. Anyhow, right behind me is the TV, and that's Lorie Ladd, and she has a filter on her too. And she has wings as well. She's wearing a little butterfly crown as well. You can find that on, I think the app's called B12, I'm not sure, I'll put it down below. But anyhow, right here in her video, she's saying it's like you're popping out of your shell. So I had a friend who asked me about how am I dealing with the energies, and I thought maybe I should introduce you to Lorie Ladd. And also kind of like reiterate what my last few videos have been about reflecting inside yourself and about being about yourself. It's like, how do you deal with the energies? And I kind of like usually think it's stuff outside me, but it's really inside, you know? And Lorie Ladd, she's really good at it. She's got like, I don't know, like thousands of viewers, like 41,000 viewers. She hasn't been shadow bound like me. Or maybe she has been to a certain level where she'd have millions, you know? So let's break down her last video, the one before this one, and show you how, and I'll just tell you about how I interpret what she's saying. Okay, here we go.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, really quickly.
I have it on fast.
The collective energy right now. So many of us around the world are feeling out of control. The world is not the same as it used to be. Even if things are sort of status quo for you, things seem pretty much the same in terms of I go do this, I go do that, I go do that, right? But collectively, the world is not the same. And most likely the world is never going to be the same again. And what is being felt by most humans that is not being spoken about is that we don't know what to do with this. This is not normal what we're experiencing. We don't know what's coming. So many of us don't know if we're going to have jobs. We're unsure what's going to happen with our kids putting them back in schools, where they're in schools, and we're just not sure what's going to happen there. There's so much unsettled energy going on right now. There's an unsettledness. Like the floor is going to drop. Okay, and when you don't talk about that, when that is sort of buried underneath the carpet, it's not discussed. It's just sort of like, I'm just going to pretend that everything's normal when it's not. What happens is you internalize that uncomfortableness. You internalize.
So paused her. So when I was on army duty this weekend, everyone would say it's normal that they're coming after us to do paperwork, right? And they're coming after us to do paperwork, and it's called the DHA 207. It's a DHA 207, and it's all about COVID. It's about whether or not you've had the vaccine and which vaccine you've had and which dose you had and when. And everybody's all about like having a third. Well, this just seems like the news is. But anyhow, I just want you to know that there's other people out there that find this very queer and odd, that we're trying to get information about people's personal medical choices, and that, so you just got to kind of like decide not to go with it. So I decided not to go with it. I'm not going to fill out even my name inside the form. What I did was I highlighted the part that said it's voluntary because it's free choice. It's free choice. When they push these things on you, don't worry. You got it. You have it. You know what you're doing. You've always known. So like, you haven't crossed the bridge yet. You keep planning to cross that bridge. The bridge isn't there. The bridge is always talked about, but never shows up. There's so many times that these people where I work will try and scare me and try and say all this stuff about what's going to happen. And I'm like, okay, I got it. Because I know in that moment when it comes, I have confidence in myself. I can get through. I can do it.
The fear, the anxiety, the stress, the restlessness, the inability to control your reality. And what you do is you project it onto other people. And so you get mad at people for no reason. You tell people how they should be or how they shouldn't be. You try to control other people because you can't control your own environment. You also may start to have very strange, addictive type of behaviors, patterns that you need to do in order to feel in control, right? And so a lot of us are feeling the backlash.
The backlash. She's right. I'm feeling the backlash where they're like, they don't know what to say or do. Where the people that want to collect this data, I'm like, okay, fine. And so I've told two other members that were kind of like, I'm not filling this out, but they keep coming after us because they've been given a quota. They need to get 100% to fill the form out. You know what? We just saved the form with it highlighted that it's a voluntary, that we voluntarily do not want to put the information in it. And it even states that there will be no implications, nothing wrong with doing that. So the three of us have done that, and that's only me reaching out to two friends. And if other people are reaching out to two friends, it's like everybody can see this. Everyone knows. And we're taking care of our own stuff. And it's so funny because this other person totally had it. and they were doing it, and they're just going to confirm with me because they knew I didn't wear a mask and I haven't had the jab. And they haven't either. And it's our choice to not have it. And I commend the people I have. And I have another member person that knows me, same peer member, and they had the jab. The whole family had the jab. And they're just like, wait a second. If they go through and say that this vaccination now, this certain one, is the choice, and they got to go get that, opposed to the one they've already gotten, that woke them up. They're kind of like, what's going on here? No, I don't think so. So you guys lost. They lost. And so it's like, that person now is like, no, I'm not filling this form out. This is ridiculous. Because they just want to like have you all line up in a row and just go ahead and do it and have no choice. Well, I'm not cattle. And I kind of feel bad for cattle now. Well, I always felt bad. Anyhow, let's hear more of Lorie. Lorie, I'm going to give her a kiss on the cheek. I love you, Lorie. You're awesome. Thank you for being there. Here we go.
Of humanity not being able to control their environment because they don't know what's coming. And so if we don't speak about it, right, and we just brush it under the carpet, then it only perpetuates this blaming and name-calling and sort of, you should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. We project it onto all the other humans, and then it just perpetuates the cycle of not feeling in control.
Yeah, stop the cycle!
Not feeling like you can be you, not feeling not in control. Like, you don't really know what's happening. Like, all of a sudden there's a divide when you've never felt a divide in your life before, right? All of a sudden people are putting pressure on you and you've never had pressure before. We've got to be authentic and raw and vulnerable around what's happening. We've got to be real. We've got to talk about it. There is nothing normal about what's happening right now around the world. Nothing normal about it. And most of us have never gone through something like this before, okay? Not in this sort of global capacity. And if we stuff it in and pretend like, oh, it's totally fine out here. It's totally normal. Totally normal, right? And then we project it onto others and make it their fault, right? We get mad at them for saying things. We get mad at them for doing things that we don't like, that make us uncomfortable. And of course, when we feel that uncomfortableness, we don't want to, so we project it back onto the other human. Pay acute attention to what you are feeling and please take responsibility for it.
It's about you. You know, it's about who you are and like what you're processing and about how you can have confidence in yourself and not let everything kind of take over, you know? And this is Amanda Ellis. And she's going to be telling us about what the energies are right now as well.
The fire. And I do feel that's what we're going through as a world at the moment. It's getting crazier and crazier out there. There's more and more division. There's more and more fear. It's going to continue for a good while yet. So you've got two choices. You either sink or swim. It is that straightforward. Now, we are going to choose to swim. How do we do that? And increasingly, we are going to have to dig deeper and deeper into our own reservoirs of strength, dip in more and more to our own higher self that will not let you down, pull in our guides, pull in our ancestors, pull in our own, pull in the Holy Spirit, I'm hearing as well, to see us through these times. And we're going to have to be letting go of a lot of the chatter and the noise that is out there in society at the moment. I know many...
Yay! Said Amanda. So I'll put her link down below as well. This is so much fun. Amanda's going to tell us about her vision.
I'll put the link below. But the vision I saw was of... it was actually Kali. I was driving in the car and I had the goddess Kali come through. I will also tell you that we're going to be doing a Kali spray, the goddess Kali, because we need that sheer ferocity and strength at the moment of her energy. And that's for another time. So a couple of days ago I was driving in the car, I felt Kali's energy around me, and she gave me a vision of the world, the earth, and it had this horrible great big black spider sitting on top of it. Now I know that spiders can also be very positive totems in terms of animal totem energy, okay? I'm not dissing the spider, but this particular spider was symbolic of all the fear, particularly the fear that is gripping our planet. The darkness, it's the fear energy, and its tentacles were going everywhere. I was really appalled by it, and I was like, oh my God, why are you showing me that? And as I said to myself, what the hell can we do to sort of get this energy off Mother Earth? I was shown two things. I was shown the fact that the Earth itself, the golden age, is completely 100% intact inside a membrane that is being placed around the Earth at the moment. So look at it this way: we put the armour of God around ourselves to protect us, don't we? Okay, that's why we're doing it, to protect our sovereignty and our godlike within ourselves. That's why we do it. Well, so too has Father God put this beautiful membrane shell around Mother Earth at the moment.
Shell.
And the potential for new Earth, 5D Earth, ascended Earth, is completely still there within. It's there. It's locked in. Okay? It's not going to go anywhere. But we have to get this big, horrible, spidery fear energy off Mother Earth first. Okay. And as I was thinking, well, how the hell do we do that? A car drove past, and I am not lying. The number plate was basically Jedi. The number plate was Jedi. And I looked at it straight away and I knew what they were saying. It was like, it's the Star Wars analogy. It's the battle of light and dark. And it's like, get out your lightsabers.
Duality.
The whole energy with that analogy of the Jedi is that light always wins. Light always wins.
Woo!
So,
that's all we gotta hear.
Which are tricky, and they have been tricky. We've got to remember that light always wins, and light always has won.
Yay!
We are stuck in a timeline at the moment where it's just...
We won. Like I always said, we won.
challenging things with it, okay? Because I just feel so just to be real. Okay, so we've got responding, not reacting. I just feel so just to be real. Okay, so we've got responding, not reacting is the first one. So what's the wave being about? It's being about responding, not reacting. It says the only control we have is in how we respond to the hand that we are dealt. How perfect is that? So I was hearing as well the Serenity Prayer today. It might just be worth us reminding ourselves what the Serenity Prayer is, that's very tied into this, which is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, so one piece of guidance I was given this morning for people that have chosen to not have the jab. I don't care whether you've had it or you don't have it, okay? I just care you have a choice. That's my thing. It's always been my thing. But for those that decided not to have it, piece of guidance that came in today. In a world that's going to become smaller and smaller for us that choose that, because we are going to be excluded from many places. It's already happening in many places around the world anyway. I think in Israel they just announced that children over the age of 3 have to have had it as well to even go to a restaurant. So it's going to get tighter and tighter. Jobs are requiring it. Places you can go to, etc. We all know what's going on in our world. So this might be something at the moment you cannot, as that prayer says, you cannot change.
And you know, that's how I felt too. And here we go. And I have never seen this video. I'm seeing it new right now with you. Come on, Amanda. Tell us what you got. I love her.
It's already happening in many places around the world anyway. I think in Israel they just announced that children over the age of 3 have to have had it as well to even go to a restaurant. So it's going to get tighter and tighter. Jobs are requiring it. Places you can go to, etc. We all know what's going on in our world. So this might be something at the moment you cannot, as that prayer says, you cannot change. It doesn't mean we can't affect change, but right now reality is the reality as it stands. And so the guidance from Metatron is this. He showed me a tribe, an indigenous tribe, living in a remote part of the jungle or forest. And he was saying, learn from them. And what he meant by that was that, imagine that tribe that live in a very remote place. They are effectively cut off from the outside world, who are doing whatever they're doing, going off and buying their Coca-Cola and, whatever, just living the Western life, often to excess. Because I believe this whole experience with the pandemic is actually asking us to live in a different way anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, let's get to the point.
I agree.
So learn from the indigenous tribe in the forest. What he means is that those of you that are suddenly having a life which is more limited because you're not able to travel, you're not able to do this, you're not able to go here, you're not able to go there, you're not welcome to certain friend houses that you were in the past or certain family members.
It's good.
No judgment, let's just deal with the facts.
This is
Happening to
good.
some of us. Be like that tribe that are in the jungle, who basically take pleasure and honour and respect just their patch of land, okay? Wherever you are, wherever you live, whether you're in a town, city, beside the sea, in the country, wherever it is, it's honouring the piece of land where you are right now. Because rather than feeling trapped,
True.
one way of looking at it, the other way to look at it is actually I'm being asked
Confirmation
to
again.
where I am now, to actually really learn from the trees that are in my street, to learn from the animals that fly into my sky, to learn from the animals that roam the grass, to learn from Mother Nature. And what she's trying to teach me is I stand on her bare soil and feel the vibration of the tree.
It's true.
If you think of an indigenous tribe living in a forest, they know every
Thank
single
you.
thing. They know where the light comes through the trees. They know the birds that come at different times of the year. They know what is poisonous. They know what is beneficial. They understand the land. They're proud of it. It's their patch of land. But they also know, actually, being told it's not their patch of land, is that they are caretakers. They realise they are caretakers for that piece of land. Mother Earth
Yes.
is the land. And it's like we become more like that. So rather than feeling like trapped, which is like I'm just walking the same old streets, I'm seeing the same old signs. I
Right.
want to go and visit, Italy. I want to go to France. I want to go to America. Well, you can't at the moment for whatever reason. So rather than going to victimhood, it's like honour where you're at and see yourself a bit like this tribal figure who is doing an important job where you are right now. Okay, I know not everybody can do that, as I say, but for those of you that can, that's a message that I was asked to deliver today. Because this is it, it's like responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to a hand that we are dealt. So whether this is something linked into the collective, or whether this is linked into something that's going on in your personal life right now, it's how we react to things. And so I think over the last month, you might have had a few lessons linked into, I went back and I reacted in the way that I normally do, and being very aware of your triggers. I mean, we're all being aware of our triggers. Those of us that are actually on the spiritual path are hopefully noticing our triggers for what they are, and then being able to work with them, and being able to acknowledge them, being able to help heal them as well. Okay, so we've got responding, not reacting. Let's see what else we get.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you.
What was it that was arriving?
You get it. You gotta watch it.
What was it that was arriving?
She's awesome.
Women supporting women. I mean, that's so linked into the last video I did on Afghanistan as well, and divine feminine business and strong, even in a place like that. And interestingly, that's carbon 22 as well, women supporting women. And I will say, something else about this, I couldn't feel actually yesterday, responding to a comment I really got what he meant, which was that women supporting women, so as an example,
I've never seen
that
this.
video I did, where I was basically trying to demonstrate the highest possible outcome, and the fact that women were not going to just stand by and be helpless victims, okay? They were going to band together.
I'm emotional
and
because
stand up
it's like
for the rights
confirmation.
they've earned over the last however many years, for example.
Women supporting women.
I'm saying that about other women.
What am I doing on this video? I totally went shot from the hip.
This video isn't going to age very well, It's like, you got that wrong. And I called you out if you're still watching it, and I'll call you out again if you do it to me, because it's the same. What that was an energetic, I'm not supporting you as a female who's standing up for other women. So you don't have to actually be on the battleground, in Afghanistan, fighting whatever's going on out there and being a woman literally on the front line. It's also in terms of what we say, how we react to other women when we stand up for sisterhood. So, but yeah, take this down now into your own life. It says, together we can transcend our individual limitations. And again, this was a message that came through very strong this morning, which is that the scale of what we have now in front of us as a world, to regain the freedoms that we lost, to come back to a place of balance where we actually can be in the same room as each other. Hopefully we already can, but some people can't. Whether that's politics that's dividing you, whether it's the jab that's dividing you, whether it's religion that's dividing you, whether it's any of the other key topics of the day.
So there I am getting all emotional, right? And there's a lot of females, a lot of people I could do this video on. I'm just gonna go with the three of us for now, me, Amanda, and Lorie. there's so many women out there. There's men too. It doesn't really matter what your gender is. It's so crazy. It's about gender. It's not. It's about you, inside of you, who you are and what you can do. And it's such a confirmation to have Amanda say all that about being in your place. I've always felt I needed to be in my own village. I've always felt like it's these trees here and listening to them and knowing them. It's even the turkey poop. I was going to do a video about turkey poop, and I will. It's even about the turkey poop. It really is. There's treasure inside. It sounds so strange. There's treasure in the turkey poop. I'll show you.